Beneath the still waters of Lake Bodom lies a story that has haunted Finland for over 6 decades. A story of young lives cut short, a brutal attack under the cover of darkness, and a mystery that refuses to give up its secrets. Welcome to The Whispers of the Crime. Tonight we unravel the Lake Bodom murders. June 4, 1960. 4 teenagers, Mila Irmeli Björklund, Anja Tulikimäki, Seppo Boisman, and Niels Gustafsson, ventured out to Lake Bodom's shores in Espoo, Finland. It was supposed to be a carefree night of camping under the stars. But what started with laughter and friendship turned into a scene of blood and terror. By sunrise, 3 of them would be dead. 1 would barely survive, and the merciless killer would vanish into the mist, leaving only nightmares and questions behind. The attack took place in the early hours of June 5th, between 4 and 6 a.m. Someone approached the tent from the outside, slashing and striking with a knife and blunt object as the teenagers slept. The scene was horrifying. Mila Björklund, found with the most injuries, was brutally stabbed multiple times even after her death. The others, Anja and Seppo, were cut down with lethal strikes. Only Niels Gustafsson survived, found just outside the tent, his face mangled and bones fractured. At around 6 a.m., nearby boys saw the tent now collapsed with someone walking away, but nobody stopped to investigate. Hours later, an unsuspecting carpenter discovered the bodies. The once idyllic campsite had become a scene of horror. With no modern forensic tools at their disposal, the investigation was deeply flawed. Policing errors compounded the tragedy. The site wasn't secured, allowing civilians and officers to trample evidence. Soldiers were called in to search for missing items, damaging the crime scene even further. What was lost to carelessness? We will never know. The killer's identity was as mysterious as their actions. Motorcycle keys were stolen, the teens' possessions were displaced, but the actual murder weapons never found. Gustafsson, the lone survivor, claimed he had no memory of the attack, but he did recall glimpsing a figure, dressed in black with piercing red eyes. A nightmare or the truth? Many questioned his truth. Was he the victim or the mastermind? Decades later, forensic tests put him on trial, but evidence was inconclusive and Gustafsson was set free. 6 decades later, he maintains his innocence. Over the years, the case became Finland's most notorious unsolved crime, and the list of suspects only deepened the mystery. Carl Valdemar Gillström, a local kiosk owner known for his hatred of campers. He was volatile, aggressive, and allegedly seen returning home from the scene on the morning of the murders. But after years of suspicion, Gillström drowned himself in Lake Bodom in 1969, taking whatever truths he carried to his grave. Then there was Hans Assman, who showed up to a nearby hospital hours after the murders, his clothes bloody and behavior suspicious. He was linked to other unsolved murders and confessed to one on his deathbed. Yet, astonishingly, the police dismissed him as a serious suspect. Other names emerged: a violent teenager bragging about the murders in jail, a mysterious blonde man seen leaving the scene. But none of them could be definitively connected to the crime. The truth remained as elusive as the killer himself. Today, Lake Bodom draws tourists and true crime enthusiasts. But for those who remember 1960, it remains a place of unspeakable tragedy. A place where innocence was shattered, and where a killer walked free. Who was the monster of Lake Bodom? Did he drown in its waters? Or did he melt back into the world, carrying his secret forever? The dark whispers continue, but answers never come. Some stories have no ending, some crimes never find justice, but the questions remain. Who killed the teens of Lake Bodom, and are they still out there?